Hello, welcome to URP 4741, Housing Policy and Planning, and URP 6742, Seminar in Housing. In this video, I'm going to introduce our syllabus. The course introduction will be covered in a separate video. We're going to use canvas.fau.edu as the platform for this course. So that means everything, including the assignments, the lecture notes, the links to the instructor PowerPoint presentations, and also the links to other websites, and the links to the Zoom meetings, and everything will be on the website. And my name is Yan-Mei Li, and my office is in the Social Sciences Building 284G. But in the summer, mostly I will not be in the office, but you are welcome to stop by in the fall, because in the fall I think I will go back pretty often. And for this course is fully online, so that means my office hour will be fully online as well. And it's on Wednesdays between 6 and 9 p.m. Or you can make an appointment with me if you cannot make it to the 6 to 9 p.m. My email is yli22@fau.edu. And email is the best way to get in touch with me, and I'll try my best to respond to your emails as soon as possible during the weekdays. For this course, we're going to mostly cover the housing policies, especially related to affordable housing and low-income housing policies in the United States. But also we're going to introduce the state of the housing, which means the housing conditions and the housing market conditions and the outlook for the United States. We'll also introduce a little bit about housing finance, and also different tax incentives, different subsidies, and also mortgage markets, and some other concepts. And we will mostly focus on low-income and affordable housing policies, because for market rate housing, usually, if you can afford to buy a market rate housing, or if you have very decent income, you don't need any assistance in your income will be able to afford the average housing in the area, then those types of market rate housing, you don't need a lot of intervention from the government and public agencies, because low income and affordable housing is more like public goods. So if you have some knowledge about economics, you would understand that market sometimes fails regarding providing public goods such as roads and low-income affordable housing, and also some other necessities for the public. And then we're going to cover a little bit of the future of housing regarding smart housing. That means everything is connected. You can turn on your house light remotely, or you can monitor everything inside your house, or you can do some other things and interconnected. So that's called a smart housing. And also we are going to talk a little bit about sustainable housing concepts, mostly related to like, for example, zero energy housing, renewable energy housing, and also some other concepts. And so those are the course contents. The objectives basically is for you to understand how housing policies play important roles in shaping the residential landscape of the United States, because without housing policies in place, many of the households would not be able to afford a decent home. We're also going to cover the housing planning process in local communities, including assessing the affordable housing needs of local communities, and also identify the housing problems in the communities. That means you have to know a little bit about some basic research methods of housing analysis in order to carry out the analysis of the current conditions of the housing market, and also propose recommended strategies and plans for the future. We're going to also learn about calculating some basic financial figures, especially related to mortgage payments, also related to low-income housing tax credits, calculations about eligible funding and tax credit. And also, we're going to at the end of the course, the students should be able to understand the different participants in providing affordable housing and also in establishing and implementing housing and community development policies. So those key stakeholders will be from the public sectors, the government, to private sectors and to nonprofit sectors. And also we're going to have a range of projects and strategies about public-private partnerships providing low-income and affordable housing. Remember, not one entity will be able to provide all the low-income and affordable housing, especially given that the U.S. market is mostly free market. And it has interventions, but it's mostly free market. In that way, we do need multiple entities to work together to provide low-income and affordable housing. The textbook for the course is called Housing Policy in the United States. It's the 4th edition. The reason that we're going to use the 4th edition was because the 3rd edition was in 2012. If you have been following the housing market, sorry here, I apologize, it's the 4th edition, not the 4th edition. So if you've been, I'm going to correct that later on. If you've been following through the housing market recently, you would know that from 2012 to 2021, things have changed drastically. Because 2012 covered a large chunk of the phenomenon, which was the economic recession between 2007 and 2009. The housing market had a housing bubbles bursted, so had a bust. And then after the housing recession, the housing market began to recover gradually, and over time, it has the market has pretty much recovered when it got to 2021. And then we also had the COVID-19. And I don't believe this book had a lot of information about COVID, but because it was published 2021, so the COVID was started 2020. But you know, the housing market has changed, so that means we need to really update the information so that we can reflect the most recent housing trend and also policies. And this course is fully online, like what I said, at canvas.fau.edu, and will be delivered bi-weekly using 6 modules, and I label those modules as units on Canvas. Don't wait until last minute in order to submit all your work. So all the work will be submitted it will be due by every Thursday evening at 11:59 p.m. every other week. And please expect at least 4 hours study weekly and 8 hours study bi-weekly if you want to be successful for this course. And we have quite a bit reading, so that means each module we're going to have, averagely speaking, between 2 and 3 chapters, plus some additional readings, plus each module would have 1 quiz plus another 1 assignment. So that means don't wait until last minute to complete all the assignments. The computer, for sure, we need the appropriate operating system, and also please back up your work, because I don't want to hear anything like last minute and you said your computer crashed and you lost everything. So please back up all your work and make sure it's updated as well, the backup. And make sure the internet browser is compatible with Canvas. And we're going to use additionally, we're going to use Microsoft Office. Other than that, we don't have anything else we're going to use. You should be able to create a post to a discussion board. Should be able to take a test. All the quizzes will be open book because it's going to be very hard for me to monitor things when you are taking a quiz at home. So I'll just make it open book. And you should be able to know you're going to attach the documents and copy and paste functions, and also you should be able to use basic Microsoft Word, Excel, and PowerPoint knowledges. You should be able to search the FAU library and websites for any information I require you to search for. So for the evaluation grading, we're going to have bi-weekly discussion board posting and mini assignments take turns. So that means you have 2 discussion board posting and 2 mini assignments. Then you have 6 chapter quizzes. Sometimes I may incorporate the quizzes into the lecture notes presentations. So please pay attention to the requirements about the quizzes. And then we're going to have the midterm paper and final paper. And those are the structures and the percentage shares of the evaluation grading. And this is the grading structure. Let me know if you have any questions. And when you post on the discussion board or when you write, please be professional and respectful. And should have correct spelling, grammar, and should write in complete sentences. And please don't use acronyms such as U, letter U as YOU, letter R as ARE, etc. And please pay attention to the announcements because I'm going to announce a lot of things on the announcements. You should read that. And make sure you can forward all the announcements into your emails, FAU emails. That's the official communication email addresses. If you have any questions, email me at yli22@fau.edu. Like what I mentioned before, I'll try to respond to their emails within 48 hours. If you have a major assignments like the essays or report, I'll try to return the feedback and try to complete the grading within 1 week. But if it's more than 1 week, I'll communicate to you. Because sometimes if you have a major like final exam project or midterm, sometimes it may require more than a week. In the syllabus, I have some other policies over there, so please go and check them out when you get a chance. And let me know if you have any questions about all those policies. So that's the syllabus, and let me know if you have any questions.